I'm devastated with the outcome of the Snowy River Environmental Flows campaign. Government's made undertakings and they haven't followed through. And it's a very poor show as far as the interface between the people and government, if governments can't be trusted to honour their undertakings. Snowy River is such an important stream in what it represents for the whole country. If we can't get it right for the Snowy River, then no other river or stream's got any chance in this land.
It seems to me that the Snowy River has a problem much like the Colorado. There's too many dams. It's sacrificing the things that are important to quality of life, which is a flowing river and a healthy river. It seems like to me nobody's going to win in the end. It seems like the farmers are not going to be able to farm. And it seems to me that the cities are not going to be able to be happy, and that there's a huge decline in the quality of life. Something has to change. We can't stick to these old paradigms of hydropower. We need new ways to live on the planet that ensure that we will be here in 1,000 years, because we're already losing what we have right now. Dams are not the answer. Dams are the problem. And the river should flow to the ocean. And to deny it its right is criminal. The problem is the governments aren't listening to us. They're listening to corporations. They want to make money. They want short-term gain. They want to sacrifice our future, and this is wrong. It has to stop. It has to come to an end. We need to live within our means. We need to live with the river and not against it.
So we've lost our respect for the Snowy River. We have turned the Snowy River into a senile stream, and it needs new life. The arteries need to be flushed out and a new pulse of life brought into it.
Anyone that saw it 40 years ago and saw it today would cry. They just wouldn't believe how it's scrubbed up, messed up.
And so this is the Snowy River, the mighty Snowy River. Have a look at it. This is the stream that we base our national iconography on, Snowy River. I mean, it's a bed of rocks and it's broken my heart. And you can look back upstream and it's no different. This is where the scheme starts and switches whole sections of river off.
You know, rivers to me are really the lifeblood of our civilization. As far back as you can go in history, rivers, waterways played a critical role in the development of human civilization. They are the infrastructure of our communities. Water is critical to all of us. Literally, we can't live without it for a few days. So we have to protect our water resources. We have to protect our rivers and the ecology and the diversity that they provide, because it is the essence of who we are. And I would judge a society by how it treats its rivers is a reflection of how it lives as a culture.
Now you can see the flow that's passing through there. That's a pretty minuscule flow. That's the total flow of the Snowy River as it stands at present. The once mighty Snowy River. You could step across that.
To take the whole of a river out of the equation, I think is now being very seriously questioned worldwide. Also, if you look at whether or not there was an impact to, if you like, Kosciuszko National Park as a result of the diversion of streams, etc. Of course there was. Did it have a negative effect on plants and animals? Of course it did. Was there ever an environmental impact study on the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme? Of course there wasn't. It wasn't prudent. We have to live with that. But what people are saying now is there needs to be some very serious consideration on what's called the triple bottom line, and that is environment, social, and economic.
Now, the Snowy Mountain scheme is registered with the Sustainable Energy Development Authority, and people can elect to pay more for their power bill as a green surcharge, and supposedly that power is accessed from green generators. Now, unfortunately, the Snowy scheme is registered as a green generator. They call themselves renewable, as though it's renewable energy. But my question is, what part of renewable is it for the Snowy River?
Hydropower has never been green. That is a public relations fallacy that the government promotes. Hydropower emits carbon and methane. You know, as you can see, not only is there sediment in the river, but there's leaf litter and driftwood. And these organic materials pile in the reservoir and decay. You know, and it's carbon and methane, and there's hydrogen sulfide, you know, and it creates mud, and it creates dust, and it creates weeds. You know, hydropower is not clean, it's devastating.
Have a look at these rocks. They're just so smooth and water-worn, so powerful. But it's quite naughty to be able to stroke the skeleton of a river. Usually when you're touching the skeleton of a beast, it means it's dead. And this is a river that's still dying. It hasn't achieved its total level of collapse yet. And the equation is water. This river needs more water in this.
You know, in the early days when I was only a bit of a kid, I used to go with my father down there. I suppose I wouldn't have been any more than 8 or 10-year-old. And you'd get to the Snowy River, and just the beauty of it and the majesty of it and the noise of it was absolutely something that you don't forget.